Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Ichsan Firdaus. I'm from Indonesia. I'm an Indonesian student from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia Bandung. I've been joining the exchange program to UITM for 3 until 4 months maybe. And this is my first video assignment. So let's get into the topic. In the international economy, it is certainly common for countries to make trade alliances to benefit both sides or both countries and forge long-term partnerships. This economic cooperation in the international economy has its own rules and policies. It's commonly called as regional integration. So what is regional integration? Regional integration is a process by which neighboring countries agree to improve the economic cooperation together. And some countries prefer regional integration over multilateral trade negotiations under the World Trade Organization or WTO because they are easier to reach and take less time. Also, regional integration is not even too politically controversial than the WTO one. The regional integration itself divided into sections or stages, and including free trade areas or FTA, and customs union, and then common market and economic union and monetary union. The purposes of regional cooperation or regional integration vary depending on each form of collaboration. At the most basic level, the partnership aims to reduce the cost of goods and services. So, what I will discuss in this video and my paper as well, it's about customs union. So before I tell you in general about customs union, here is the great video from BBC that tell about customs union. Here we go.
Here are 5 steps to understanding the EU customs union. Number 1. It's the biggest customs union in the world. A customs union is a trade agreement between countries. That means no customs duties, no quotas or declarations as goods move around the member states. They collectively agree on trade deals with countries outside the union. Now, the customs union is different to the single market, which is a broader agreement to accept free movement of services, capital and people, as well as goods. Number 2. The trade between member states in the EU customs union is as frictionless as possible. For instance, car manufacturers can import parts quickly from countries within the EU without fees and paperwork. Outside the EU customs union, businesses could face extra fees and border checks. So, when the UK leaves it, it could slow the arrival of parts to the UK and delay production. Some say this could force firms to quit the UK, causing job losses. It could also make the price of goods more expensive if companies importing goods have to pay more duty. Others say new trade deals with new partners around the world would mean more service jobs in textiles, banking and design, and cheaper prices of goods. Number 3. The UK won't be the first European country that is outside the EU customs union. The 28 EU member states, including the UK, are in, as well as Monaco, the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man. Norway, Iceland and Liechtenstein are inside the single market, and Switzerland is almost fully in it. Gibraltar and the British Overseas Territories are outside both. Then there's Turkey, Andorra and San Marino. They're outside the EU customs union, but they have separate customs agreements with the EU covering certain goods. Number 4. The UK wants to be outside both the single market and the EU customs union. It wants to avoid a UK-EU customs border so as not to have trade hindered by customs fees and paperwork. But it also wants to have the freedom to do trade deals with the rest of the world. Michel Barnier, the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, says no. The UK can't have frictionless trade if it leaves both the customs union and the single market. Number 5. Leaving the EU customs union could affect the UK's land border with Ireland. So, when the UK leaves the EU customs union and Ireland remains in it, there will need to be a new border arrangement. Both sides want to avoid a hard border for goods and movement, but so far there's been no agreement on a solution.
Yeah, it's great video, right? So basically, the custom union is one step further toward full economic and political integration. A customs union eliminates trade barriers between member states and adopts external trade policies. The establishment of external trade policies requires significant administrative machines to supervise trade relations with non-member countries or non-member states. On the other hand, the customs union is the same as the free trade area or FTA, but the difference is that the free trade areas only eliminate the tariff with non-member states, while customs union eliminates tariffs and make policies to non-member states. So the difference lies in the approaches or the policies in the custom union that made in the custom union. So the topic or the issue I took up to this video and my paper fortunately was explained on the previous video. It's about Brexit. After WW1, many traditional organizations were established to stand a peace. One was the European Union or the EU. And Britain has been the member of the European Union since 1975. But in 2016, the United Kingdom referendum decision to leave the European Union or be known as Brexit or Britain exit. By 31 January 2020, one year ago, the United Kingdom is officially out of the EU. However, several agreements involving free trade have been blocked for the United Kingdom to leave the European Union formally. And the United Kingdom has had an 11 months transition period. On the 1st January 2021, the United Kingdom officially leaves the European Union, which is automatically unlinked to the European Union's rules, and it's automatically out of the custom union policy. So why United Kingdom want to leave the European Union? The first thing is because the United Kingdom wanted out from the power of the European Union that so affected United Kingdom sovereignty that many people were affected by it. And then many pro-Brexit are affected by the Brussels rule, which they believe prevents business from operating efficiently. The migrants issue is also a cruel debate because one principle from European Union is free movement, which means that United Kingdom citizens can work and live in European Union member states and vice. But the fact is many United Kingdom immigrants throughout the European Union received bad treatment and many blame them. The immigration crisis in Europe was a trigger. Some European Union leaders argued that aiding the refugees was a moral obligation, but EU often saw immigration as a national issue as it affected the country's inner life. Steering clear of this issue was an important driver for the Leave voters. And then the British political leadership was at high cost. The Leave voters rejected the Conservative Party and workers. Both parties have supported staying with the European Union and have seen many of their members oppose this problem. So basically it has three reasons why United Kingdom want to leave European Union. The first is because the economy, and then sovereignty, and then the political economy. In my opinion, despite the many benefits that its EU member has received in the custom union policy, the United Kingdom made the right decision because the rules that made by the European Union make many false promises that are offered and unbeneficial for the United Kingdom in particular. And with the UK came out of EU doesn't mean the UK has a conflict with EU member states. It's only custom union policy that makes it easier for its member to make free trade that UK now has to stand for a non-member state. But as Prime Minister Boris Johnson put it, the United Kingdom will remain an open, generous, broad-minded internationalist and free trade. So from now, United Kingdom can cooperation with other countries outside the European freely. Thus, there are challenges for United Kingdom, especially in the post-economic exchange from EU membership, like the aftermath impacted the UK economy, so it's possible to drop the pound's value. And the United Kingdom has been unable to improve its trade with member states. The UK will not be able to shift trade efficiently to member states because of external variations. But as I know, the United Kingdom is one of the USA's major trade partners. And the aftermath recession in the United Kingdom will impact the USA decision. And so, Brexit can be said to affect the economies of many countries, including the USA. And in my opinion, the value of pounds would be below USD for a long time, maybe. With this decision, there would be a country in the European Union who would think the same way with United Kingdom, like to leave the European Union. So it will also affect the NATO's, and it will be the weakness for European. Besides, the Russian are getting stronger. Yeah, it's such a threat for Europeans, and the people in United Kingdom can no longer travel freely to EU member countries, so they need a visa. And they have to follow immigration rules that prevent them from working anywhere in the country. Also, the custom border controls will again take an effect to United Kingdom tourists. And apart from free trade agreements, travelers and traders are expected to face lines and obstruction of additional documents. So what's the impact to my country, Indonesia? The impact on Indonesia, the UK will be more open to international expectation. Yeah, indeed, to countries in Southeast Asia, Indonesia in particular. And the economic sector, Indonesia could expand its trading investment, one of the most suitable places in London, the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom is one of the good investment goal. And also, Indonesia is the world's top palm oil producer. But the EU say that Indonesia palm oil isn't environmentally friendly. Even President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, said this is essentially a trade war between the countries. And European Union had provoked by the discriminative restrictions. After the Brexit, United Kingdom doesn't have to obey the European Union rules in terms of palm oil. So hopefully Indonesia can do something about this that called cured palm oil with United Kingdom. So yeah, that's enough from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.